Hello, everyone. Good evening, everyone. As we know that the topic is creator economy, I don't have to tell much about it. We always know that like the creators have been awarded by Prime Minister, and this ecosystem that we are right now seeing is like a tremendous kind of opportunities. I am sure that a lot of you want to be a creator, but as I want to start a discussion, because there are a lot of college folks over here and there are a lot of people who don't know about you. Maybe you could start from an introduction, and maybe in that introduction, you can also talk about the instant that you realize that the creator economy got bigger than social media, and what kind of, like, if you have something to talk about particularly, that why are you in this business, what excited you in this business, so that they also get to know that why are we listening to you guys. So maybe we can start from Ankit and then we can go from here.
Chalo. Yeah, hi everyone. My name is Ankit, and I'm in the influencer space since last 9 to 10 years. Basically, I started with a meme page, and now we manage across 50 Cat A talent on likes of Ashish Chatlani, Aditya Dikhari, and many more. Uh, uh, for me, I actually accidentally got into it, and I realized, luckily, I was able to realize it before it became a thing, because I remember uh, when I first met and saw Ashish Chanchlani. This guy has about 40 million YouTube subscribers, 20 million Instagram subscribers today. But when we met, he had about 4,000 Instagram followers and about 10,000 YouTube subscribers. So I used to follow international creators, not international English speaking creators, but some Indians and Pakistanis who lives abroad in Canada and US. They used to create small wines back in 2015. So I discovered that in India, people are not creating such content, and people who are creating that kind of content is very less. So because I started with memes, I had a lot of meme pages that we acquired and created in house. So I started promoting these guys, Ashish, Harsh Beniwal, these guys on meme pages, and they used to get traffic, a lot of traffic on their Instagram and YouTube account. I think then I realized that this industry has a lot of potential in India, and we started doing branded content. I remember today these guys charges on the likes of 40 lakhs, 50 lakhs for an integration, but I remember I did my first campaign with them at 4,000 rupees. It was a mobile gaming app. Uh, uh, and I think that's how I got into it, and that's how I could see from 4,000 how we are able to scale. So this year our ARR is around 70 CR. So I can see that in the last 8 years how we are able to scale this, and there's a, I think 150% growth year on year. So I feel creator economy is going to be really huge. A lot of brands, a lot of people are just seeing bits of it. There's a lot more that needs to be explored.
Tanya, you will keep the introduction brief so that I could also ask my questions.
Yeah,
So
yeah, of course. So I am a communications marketing professional for a decade now,
yeah.
and I remember I was working. Anjali's here. I was working with ad factors at that time, and I used to post a lot of reels. And as you know, like 60% of your views or anything now is non-followers.
Yeah.
So that happened accidentally. I became an influencer, and then a lot of brand collaborations and everything happened while I was already working with a lot of influencers on the brand side of it.
Yeah.
So that's how, like, I'm both an influencer. I also act a bit, so I'm also an actor, and a brand strategist. So that's my.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Shantini. I run a supplement brand called What's Up Wellness. We started 5 years back. So, in the 5 years, we've seen how the creator economy has changed for D2C brands per se. Obviously, the commercials have inflated. Like, he mentioned. Apart from that, first they used to be called influencers, right? Because we also know कि कोई एक product कोई लेके आ रहा है, the first stance is that you search it up on Amazon or you place an order given the kind of content that person puts up. Nowadays, the strategy is very different. You have to understand if the profile is boosted or if they are doing some other algo which jacks up the views or the likes. Plus, what are the kind of followers they have, if it's even relevant for your brand, right? So, yeah, it is massive in terms of impact on D2C and how we also scale. And there's a way to navigate because not every creator is meant for your brand. So that is also something that somebody needs to navigate well. So these are my 2 bits.
Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Surbhi. I work with Cloak and I'm building it with the founders to turn it from a tool to a proper consultancy. And the reason why I exist in the sphere of creator economy now is because people like Sayantini need people like me to help her run her brand with her influencers. I've spent about 15 odd years in advertising with network agencies, always been a strategist. Um, the mind works with flowcharts and boxes and stuff. And I realized last year when I was contemplating what to do next, uh, we all have that 15-year milestone, right? The existential crisis comes in. I read a report which was from Cloak, which said that the creator economy is right now slated at almost 10,000 odd crores in India alone, as opposed to 3,000 or 4,000 odd crores, which is being reported by multiple agencies. And that's because the 60% transactions are happening between creators and brands themselves, and no agency is a part of that ecosystem. So I was like, if there's money there, there is scope for strategy there, there's scope for infrastructure there, I'm going to be there. And that's how I got into it, and I've been doing it for a while now as a strategist with a SaaS product, informing brands on how to scout for the right mouthpieces, not just based on follow counts, not just based on vibes, but where is the audience coming from? Where is the engagement coming from? What is your competitor doing? So pure play intelligence at hand, first party data, numbers, and then therefore actionable insights.
Thank you.
Hi
Yeah.
everyone. So I'll try to keep my introduction short. Yeah. So I am Runali Devatya and I work as a brand strategist. I work for founders and every individual who wants to create their personal brand, because people think that personal branding is something that is limited to founders, but that is, or celebrities, but that is not the case. I personally believe that everyone should have a personal brand, and which is really important. Even a student, even a 9 to 5 person should have a personal brand. So that is how I started with this motivation. I started on LinkedIn, and I am working with not only Indian clients but internationally as well. Yeah, so that is my intro. But apart from that, I work as a LinkedIn content creator too. So yeah, if any question comes up for the influencing part, I can definitely handle that too. So yeah, basically I work at the intersection of brand strategy, brand communications, and personal branding and content creation. So yeah, that's my intro.
Thank you so much, everyone. I'll jump into the question directly, Mrinali. I just want to ask you first because your brand has all like appeared on Shark Tank. When you collaborate with any influencer, what are your objectives? Because it has got the eyeball. So are you, because also you come from a D2C brand that have a limited marketing budget. So when you collaborate with them, are you looking just at a ROI, or what unique value or a perspective they would bring in, or maybe an instant that you could tell that like mind blown to your brand when you collaborated with an influencer? It's starting from that.
We appeared on Shark Tank season 2.
Yeah.
At that time, we were at a scale of 30 lakhs per month.
Yeah.
Sitting today, we are at a scale of 4.5 crores per month.
Okay.
Right? Us time pe to we didn't obviously have the budget for any kind of creators. We used to do barters. That you know request करके please story डाल दो,
Yeah.
है ना, वो चलता था. Um, at this scale, when we look at creators, now the conversation is very strategic, where we are talking CPVs, we are talking ROAS, we are talking what has been your last, 30 reels ka performance, how, you take their insights, you share your budget. And but before that conversation, the entire studying of the profile goes, that who are actually the people who are following that particular creator. Are they following because they get to know about the newest deals? Because then that's not the person for us, because we are never on sale.
Yeah.
If um, if the audience is following them for health tips, then probably yes, right? Where wo he or she is taking through the entire journey of aaj maine ye kiya wo kiya, and beach mein the product comes in. Or weight loss tips, or gut friendly food recipes. So it has to be very niched out when you are dealing with health and supplements. So first that kind of scrutiny happens, and then you go down to the other conversation, which is the math of it, right? If we have a target CPV,
Yeah.
because obviously we have to see the meta performance as well. Some are obviously for brand awareness, which we don't again put on meta, which we just let it out there for the virality and the hype of it, that the product and the product message should reach out to as many. But mostly we do it for performance as well. So we also need creators who are aligned, that they are also able to give us good quality content which works for both of us.
Yeah.
So that is how it goes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ankit, I would like to bring you in this conversation because you have managed big influencers like Ashish Chantlani, Triggered Insan. I just want to understand, when a brand partner with them, what are they looking at? Are they looking at just the eyeballs, or is there some kind of brand recognition that they will get while partnering with these influencers? So what do brand expect when they put in that much of money with these influencers?
So I think that totally depends on brand to brand. If for a D2C brand, I'm sure the best way to approach is performance influencer marketing that these guys do, because they need conversions. They don't need awareness.
Yeah.
But if I'm a tech company and I've raised a huge fund, I need downloads. So I'm gonna spend heavy on influencers who will get me awareness as well as downloads. So I think it totally depends on brand to brand. Unka kya communication hai, how they wanna take it forward, because it's different with every category and every brand.
Okay. Surbhi, would you like to add something to it? Like, would you like to add something, or also I would like to ask you that what I have seen personally, a lot of time brand partner with a multiple of influencers from the same category. The audience is kind of common. So what are brands looking at to achieve with that? Are there just a number game they would like to achieve? Because if you are partnering with 5 influencers within the same, like a stand-up comedy category, so what is there to achieve? Because the audience is kind of similar. So like, how do brands come up to you and ask for that?
That's an interesting question. So I'll tell you what. Audience overlaps between creators could be a brilliant thing.
Okay.
If Maggie wanted to convince thousands of people that MSG is good and my product is great, I need that overlap. Why? Because I need to hit the same mindset with multiple, messages at a frequency which is convincing enough for them to try Maggie again, bring it back into their homes. But if I was a D2C brand who was launching a millet-based noodle like Slurp Farms, I would want the audience overlap to be the least. I would want creators with more unique followers so that I have more unique reach and I'm reaching out to more, sort of people. So the thing about creators and influencers is that they have a particular role to play in your marketing funnel. And that has to be matched to the tier that you're picking them from. Right? So if you're picking up a mega creator, use them for reach. If you're picking up a nano creator, use them for building credibility and trust. It's never a one key fits all. I may have 5 stand-up comedians. They may come from different tiers. They may have the same genre, but they may be talking about absolutely different things. I'm going to tailor it to the audiences that they're catering and reverse engineer my content to reach out to those.
Okay.
I don't think there is a bad influencer ever.
Okay.
There are only bad strategies.
Okay.
Yeah.
from a brand strategist, I want your opinion because there are a lot of creators in this landscape. There is one I saw that that does digital snan. Like if you could give him 1100 rupees, he would get you a digital snan.
Yeah.
And then I also saw someone begging on YouTube live. Like there was a QR code where one could see like scan that QR code and he would just call up that name. So opportunities I don't know where are, but from a brand strategist, I just want to understand how a brand select a creator and how a creator can differentiate themselves because right now the scenario there are too much creators in every category. If I am starting or if anyone of in this room wants to start, what could be an opportunity and how they should look at it?
So, see, I agree with Surbi somewhere. She's right when she says that see, in my point of view, every creator brings different perspective, okay? And it truly depends that if they're small creator or big creator. But it is more about relatability, okay? Because the small creators, the thing is that people trust them more. The reason is because they are maintaining a two-way communication with their audience. And as we go to the big creators, they are not able to maintain that two-way communication. Reason is simple because they are getting bigger, they are getting the celebrity status, and due to that, they are not able to maintain that kind of communication. Although I won't say that they are not relatable because relatability has nothing to do with the success. Because if a guy sitting in a penthouse can be relatable to a guy sitting in a mud house, and guy sitting in a mud house can be relatable to a guy sitting in a penthouse, is because it's all about mutual emotions, mutual understanding, mutual belief system, ethics, and values, right? So, for example, I'll just give you an example. If a creator, let's say a women creator in a fashion industry, she buys a bag worth 20 lakh, right? But now she comes on a reel and she says that I still find my 2000 rupee bag very much feasible and I carry it everywhere. She is instantly relatable to everyone,
Yeah.
right? Everyone. So it has to do with the mutual ethics and values, right? So creator can be big, can be small, but brands should select the creator who are maintaining two-way communication with their audience because then only they can bring the consumer intelligence on the stage. Otherwise, it's not possible, right?
Tanya, would you like to
Yeah,
add
I just
something?
want to add, see, there is a difference between followers and fans,
Yeah.
right? Fans will buy everything you sell.
Okay.
if कि अगर I'm just saying कि आशीष ने ये बोला है, भाई ने ये बोला है, तो लेना है,
Yeah.
ठीक है? Followers नहीं करते हैं. Followers are following you for the content.
Yeah.
Fans are there that they believe in whatever you believe. So if you're selling something, they would buy it. So that is how you need to, I don't know how brands would do it, but then you need to understand, like you need to evaluate your influencers in a way that you know, okay, when this person is saying something, there is an ROI or business ROI also that's happening, as well as awareness. So you need to, you know, have that percentage right in the head that what do you want and with what influencer and how many fans versus followers
Okay.
he or she has.
But do you guys think that creator can contribute beyond just creating content? Is there a scope like maybe in a product research or a consumer research? Because a lot of these influencers are launching their own products like we see in abroad. But like what can they come up like if anyone would like to answer?
I have a POV on this one. So, yes, creators can definitely contribute, but I think brand has to be very much particular about who they are picking, right? Because I don't think that every creator is suitable for that particular thing. Because, like I said, two things are important. See, because product development is a very critical stage, okay?
Yeah.
If we do not like focus on it, it can impact the entire economy of a country. I'll tell you how. Because if a pencil is there, okay, one pencil is not just affecting one kid, it's going to affect 1,000 other kids.
Yeah.
Okay. So if product development, we should have a good team in a product development. And every creator is not suitable for that simply because they are having millions of followers. We cannot include them in the process, right? They should have a domain intelligence, first thing. And like I said, they should have a two-way communication with their audience. Because only if a creator is actually going through 500 comments in their comment section, which is not feasible, I'm not saying they should sit down and practically do that, but they should have at least a team so that they would know what their consumer is asking, what their consumer is needing and wanting. Only then they can bring that complete intelligence into a brand's product, and they can literally help a brand to,
So not in product development, but I would say a lot of founders that I know are partnering with influencers with good following at some percentage of stake just to get the eyeballs. Okay, they will
The
start the
same
brand.
happened with celebrity, like
Correct.
yeah.
Same. So right, we were also talking that celebrity and influencers का वो जो बीच का वो है ना line वो बहुत blur हो गया है.
Yeah.
Celebrities are trying to become influencers and influencers are trying to become celebrities और वो बन भी गए एक दूसरे के zone में घुस गए and we do not know कि किसके पास अब who is what.
Yeah.
Right? But the idea of and a lot of founders are doing this कि वो एक किसी celebrity को या anybody who's followed say अगर किसी को एक प्रोटीन ब्रांड बेचना है तो वो किसी भी क्रिकेटर फॉलो लाइक ही इज अ क्रिकेटर बट इफ ही इज बीइंग फॉलोड और ही इज इन्फ्लुएंसिंग देन ही इज आल्सो एन इन्फ्लुएंसर तो वो उसको कुछ परसेंटेज पे लेके आएंगे कि तुम फाउंडर बन जाओ, यू हैव नथिंग टू डू विद द प्रोडक्ट डेवलपमेंट बट कम ऑन बोर्ड बिकॉज ऑफ योर फेस द प्रोडक्ट विल सेल.
Okay.
So that's also happening.
I want to add to that. So while big influencers, mega influencers are being used as almost like a distribution partner for a new product, look at nano creators, look at micro creators. These are people with 5,000, 10,000 following. Pick your highest performers. They are your research partners. Why? Because they get your maximum amount of comments. What do comments signal? Intent. What are the comments that you get on your posts? DM link, PP, price please. You know people are interested. They get you maximum shares. Why? Because there is relatability, like she mentioned. There is also the potential for going viral, and you can measure all of those through your nano micro influencers. I strongly believe that these are your closest proxies to consumers. You want to utilize your high performing nanos and micros as well, in addition to celebrities. Bring them and use them for distribution eyeballs. That is the purpose that they're supposed to serve. But use your nanos and micros and use armies of them to do your market research. Nobody will do it as good as they do it. I've seen so many D2C brands like a lot of these detan creams, brands like Nikoni, etc. They've been built on the back of nano creators, and I think they went unicorn pretty soon in their life cycle. So yeah, pretty strong force to reckon with.
Okay, so I'm adding to what Tanya said, कि there's a thin line जो blur हो गई है between celebrities and creators. Like for example, Farah Khan is now creating content, and Bhuvan Bam and Ashish Chanchlani are doing their solo lead movies. So they want to enter their space and they want to enter their space. So I think that line is not blurred. It's not there anymore because everyone wants to show up on Instagram, on YouTube. Look at Ori's account. He's the PR of all Bollywood celebrities. People who are people don't remember from movies, but they remember from Ori reels and stories. So I think adding to that, the equity structure that celebrities were getting, creators are also getting. But coming to your question, how creators can add value. So I think a lot of people missed out here, wherein I feel creators are really good at one thing, that's marketing and social media. So I feel a lot of brands needs to hire these people, younger creators who are really good with social media and marketing, to work on their social media and marketing. आप equity दे दोगे, आपको initial eyeballs मिल जाएगी, but I've done that with few creators. I have few data, doesn't work out for the long run, doesn't work out. Lately brands को वापस वो equity लेनी पड़ती है. आप particular campaigns करा सकते हो, like McDonald's did this year with Ranveer Singh. They created a Ranveer Singh meal. Last year they did it with Kartik Aaryan. This year they wanted to do it with Carrie Minati and Triggered Insan, but it couldn't work out. So I think brands can work with creators on releasing a particular product जिसमें creators ने अपना input दिया हो, creators का personality आ रहा हो. That way I think they can collaborate and it will work way better than the equity structure, I feel. And social media and marketing, I think a lot of brands are missing out. They need to hire creators as their social media head.
So Anthony, if you want to add, have you ever thought of creating a product based on, because you work in a different domain, I'm not sure, but like.
I think we do have examples like Beast Life.
Yeah.
who, and they're
Yeah.
doing so well, right? Because he already has a fan following,
Yes.
right? So people just follow and they are doing a very good job. But then again, when it comes to high domain specialization, we also have people like the food farmer. उनके इंफॉर्मेशन का जो है इंटेंसिटी, आज के डेट में सब कुछ खाने के पहले डर लगता है ना, बिकॉज
Yeah.
ही कम्स अप विथ ऑल द डेटा, एंड इफ ही in today's day and age brings up something, you will have the full trust कि हाँ इनका product तो try करना चाहिए. So I think those kind of amalgamations are the best. When it comes to endorsement, I think Super U is doing a great job, because the energy, you think of Ranveer Singh and Super U, they just go hand in hand. So that kind of endorsement, they are very complementary. So in that way, yes, the boundaries are thinning definitely of creators and celebrities, but the complementary relationship is something that has to be thought through. It's not something that you just do. It's a math.
Yeah. Just one thought. The times are up, but I just want to ask, because all of you have mentioned that the lines between celebrity and a creator is blurring, but the celebrity got popular because of his trust it has, and people used to connect with them, right? But right now, what we are seeing, that influencers are marketing or maybe promoting a product. They will market a product right now, and next week they will market a different product within the same category. So don't you think that the original thought when the influencers were born has changed, and that authenticity is also loosening? So that's where the nano influencers coming, or the regional influencers coming. What are your thoughts?
I think, see, it varies from influencer to influencer, right? It's up to their individual decision how they wanna approach this thing.
Yeah.
Correct. As far as this is concerned, that line is thinning, I don't completely agree with that, because the thing is, we are looking at a very shorter picture here. That line is thinning. It's not like that. We should see it as a hierarchy, right? Today, a creator comes up, they do the hard work, and they reach to the celebrity status, right? So that it opens up the passage for another, nano creators, so that they get the push, they reach to that level. So we can look at it with that perspective as well, instead of just saying that line is thinning,
Yeah.
right? And secondly, like you said, what was your second question? I just forgot.
That where do you see regional influencers coming in? Because right now the influencers are like promoting a particular brand, and then they are promoting
Yeah,
a
then
next
they're
brand within
switching
the same category.
in
So
the same.
that trust is not built with the audience.
Yeah, with time, if this keeps on continue, with time, people
Yeah.
will start, that interest, that passion will wear out. As far as content creation is concerned, I'm not targeting content
Yeah.
creation
So I'm
or
just saying, I'll
creators.
just add to this.
I'm just
So I was being handled by some agency, and this also depends on what agency, what brand is approaching. Mainly on the agency who's managing you and everything, because they tell you कि अच्छा इसको डाल दो, इसका लिंक इन बायो करके डाल दो, एक हफ्ते बाद हटा देना.
Yeah.
ठीक है, because you will have to promote things, we'll get you deals,
Yeah.
right? तुम इसको हटा देना. So see, influencers also, content creators also, and I'm not saying this
Yeah.
like in a negative way, have also left their jobs and everything to become this, and then this is their source of income. They are doing it. They'll get the money, they'll do it. But then how much they believe in the brand, and that's a different conversation that the brand needs to have with the influencers or the agency that they're working.
But I have one thing to add. See, I was approached by 5 brands, okay, and in the email they clearly mentioned that you use this particular thing, and then you mention it's a paid collaboration, and you mention the post about us. Okay, now it's up to me, correct? It's up to me. How do I do it? If I if I consume that product, and if I want to take it further, then it's up to me. It's my call, right? And brand is also giving that liberty to you. You use that product and you give the feedback. So there are two kind of collaboration, where one is you are having the sanity in mind that okay, I won't be collaborating with such and such brand, okay, and if I'll be collaborating with 5 makeup brands, so I'll be giving a genuine feedback, right? This concealer gives this coverage, this concealer that does not do that, but does this part, right? So it's up to the creator how they are presenting that particular story to stay relevant and to maintain that trust with their audience.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. The times is up. If anyone wants to have a question, we can just take one question from there.
This question is for all of you. Hi, my name is Sonia. What's your take on the AI influencers that we are seeing? And
Yeah.
I'm sure you all must be aware of. So, what's your take? Anyone can answer.
You wrote about it. I'm just going to use my LinkedIn article to tell you the same thing. But do you want to be a little more specific about what part of AI influencers are you? I'll tell you what. AI influencers are here to solve brand problems, not consumer problems. No consumer is building an emotional connection with optimized content. Everybody knows it, right? But what do AI influencers help brands with? They help them with control, period, and scale. They can be online 24/7. A human influencer cannot do that. They can be multilingual execution. She can't do that, right? She can't speak 26 languages. AI influencer can. But AI influencer does not have lived experiences. AI influencer never had acne. They never raised a child. They never had to pay money for school education. So they cannot replace anything that a human influencer might want to do. So you've got AI influencers to build scale. Some industries like gaming, entertainment, they are more susceptible to use AI influencers. But if you're talking about trust-based industries like wellness or parenting or education, you need human influencers to do that. So everybody's got their role.
Basically, it comes down to this point that we should have a bifurcation where AI influencers are being used and where humans are being used. So every industry cannot have, I don't think really that every
Exactly.
industry. Exactly.
So
right.
I have been following a lot of AI first pages and channels just to understand what are the new tools, right? And those creators are, they have their AI agents making content every day in, day out, telling that, okay, this is the new tool, this is another tool, and this is how you use it. It works for them. It works for me also as an audience. So it's just different industries, different use cases. I think it works, it doesn't work.
And I think one more thing, storytelling is an important factor. Yesterday, I was just watching this ad, and it was by one education platform where they showed that one millennial, he was somewhere around 45 or 50 years old, and he was losing his job because Gen Z were there and they were doing work much faster. So company said that he'll be losing his job. So that was a very sad ad. Okay, I could imagine every 50-year-old I was seeing in my family that this could happen to anyone, right? So it was purely AI ad. I'm telling you, purely AI ad. All the AI characters, but I could relate to it, and I literally watched it, and it was literally like a serial, mini serial. Why I watched it? Because of the storytelling. Correct. So there are two things. Like she mentioned, Surbhi mentioned lived experience and storytelling. So storytelling can definitely work in certain sectors, but lived experience cannot. Lived experience cannot work in AI industry. So yes, for that we need human creators. So there should be an amalgamation of human creators and AI influence. So that's it.
Before another buzzer rings like Galat Jawab, we'll end this discussion. We are available offline if you have any questions. Thank you everyone for listening, and thank you panelists for sharing the insights.